Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video marks the beginning of the week number 46 in this road to 100k realized return challenge, and markets began the week on a slightly positive note. Investors are still waiting for further developments coming from the US versus China trade negotiations, which are due to occur over the next today and over the next few days to see what's going to happen. And so the fact that markets, all indexes are slightly up, that tells me that there is some optimism for these, and the investors are hopeful that some good outcome will come about. And so because of that, we went ahead. At the moment, as you can see, we have no options open, no positions open for the QQQ. And the reason for that is that we already traded. We are about an hour away from the end of the session, and as you can see here, we sold today uh, three calls with a strike price of 535. Again, it's our cost basis for these shares of the QQQ. We managed to get 16 cents out of this, and at the moment we have already bought these back at 1 cent, right? Because they are almost worthless at this point. And yeah, the market gave us a little bit of a scare. I'm going to show you the 1 day graph here. At this point here, more or less, we had already input our trade, and the calls really appreciated to upwards of 30 cents a piece, somewhere around there. And but then things subsided a little bit, basically because the QQQ went all the way until 522 and 35. And so yeah, but there was nothing to be worried about because the stock then stabilized at around this level, and because it managed to stay at this level, uh, the calls simply began losing their time value until became almost worthless, and are now ready to be called at 1 cent. Here, looking at the option chain, perhaps we may be able to get some additional premium at the closing of the session, probably around here, 532, 533. We'll have to wait, but at this point, and we are about 55 minutes away from the end of the session, as you can see, there's no point in rolling down the option chain, like sell at this point, selling the 533 call, for example, because at this moment the premiums are already quite low, and the possibility of having a swing it still exists, and so we are not going to commit just yet. We're going to wait and see what happens. For the Pfizer, well, what can I say? I said in the previous video that my intention is to open up this week and sell the 24 call contracts we could sell at a strike price of 24.50. And if you recall, I mentioned that because around this area there seems to be a resistance here, and so it was my intention to do that. But as you can see here, right at the start of the session, the stock immediately skyrocketed for some reason. I could not find any particular reason except for the fact that if tariffs, or at least high tariffs, are averted between US and China, because Pfizer is a company who exports a lot of products to China, the fear of retaliatory tariffs on behalf of China may put a dent on Pfizer's revenue, and so because of that, investors were probably a bit afraid up until now and over the past few weeks and months that these tariffs may impact Pfizer, but given the hope they have that if these negotiations will go will go all right, and major tariffs are averted, the investors are reflecting that positive expectation and that positive sentiment in pushing up the price of Pfizer, and because of that, I felt that it would be way too risky to, if this momentum continues and if some positive news come around, I'm fairly confident that the price of 24.50 may be reached, if not even exceeded, and I'm not interested at all at selling the stock at this price at 24.50. And so basically what we did, we just moved ahead in the option chain. We pulled up the option chain for the 2 week options, and we basically sold here at 2 cents. Yeah, a meager premium, but we sold the strike of 26, as you can see right here. So we sold 24 contracts. So this expires not this coming Friday, but the next one. And as things stand at the moment, basically we were our premiums, which were around around $48 were basically cut in half, because or almost in half, because we had to pay around $17 in fees. And so, but this is the price we have to pay for security, because we want we really want these calls to expire out of the money, to expire worthless, and so it would be too much of a risk of collecting more premium on a call in which we cannot afford to let it go assigned. And keep in mind that, looking again at the option chain here, we were at the time we were supposed to pull this trade, to put in the trade. This option was selling for around 4 or 5 cents, and at some point it was close to 10, and yeah, we cannot afford to let that happen. And so basically we decided against it, and we choose to play the safer option. And yeah, we will now have to wait and see. There's nothing else we can do except wait and see what happens. As a result of this spike and the option of the stock price, these puts went down significantly in price today. As you can see here, they started the day right around here, and they now are around here. And so, but because of that, there is a good chance we may be able to buy it back over the next few days before expiration, and then we rolled over. Probably we will have to roll it over to a slightly higher strike price, not the 22.5 anymore, because these are the ones that we currently have. And so if we have to roll over to next week, probably in order to get some more premium than this, probably we'll have to go for the $23 put option. But yeah, I think it's the best that we can do, so that we can keep bringing premiums in and try to bring our cost basis down. But it's not ideal that we have to buy more shares only at 23. It would be much better to buy at a lower price, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But we will have to wait. And yeah, so far this is it. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below. Also, any questions, feel free to DM me on LinkedIn. And of course, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And we'll reconvene at the end of the week to close out the week and see how the trades panned out. I'll see you there.